Hey, how's it going, you guys? Nice seeing you guys in the face for a while, man. I've been super busy, been away from computers and everything. Been traveling to Louisiana, Florida, been on the road, and saw the elections last night on the road. Followed it online through the different YouTube channels. So, congratulations to the Democrats for winning back the House. I think the last time that I watched, they won about 27, 28 seats, and they were projected to win about 35 additional. And they needed 23 more to win back majority. Congratulations to the Republicans for holding on to the Senate and maintaining lead in the Senate. Man, there were some good Senate races. This was interesting because there was no blue wave as such to speak of. There was no a red wave as such to speak of. It was essentially pretty much the opposite of 2016. I think most people predicted that the Democrats are going to take the House, which they did. I think most people predicted that the Republicans are going to hold on to the Senate, which they did. I did not see the Republicans increasing their lead, though, although that was favorable. That was nice. So congratulations to the people that worked hard for this. Now, certain things I was a little worried about. There were certain key races, and this is what I want to talk to you guys about today. There were certain key races. The race in Georgia, I found that to be very weird. I've traveled in Georgia a lot, and in my estimation, with the exception of the city of Atlanta, Georgia's a very conservative-leaning place to my understanding, and even the liberals that live in Georgia are not these crazy far-left leftists. They don't want to abolish the Second Amendment. They value freedom of speech. That has been my estimation. I was really surprised by this progressive candidate by the name of Stacey Abrams. She lost, but she did far better than I ever thought was possible. The other Senate race that I was really disturbed by was the race between Beto O'Rourke and Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, now, once again, this is just my estimation, so I might be totally off base, but Ted Cruz, nationally speaking, is a fairly popular Republican senator, nationally speaking. I haven't been to as many places in Texas. I don't know what people in Texas think about him, but I thought he should be able to win in a landslide, despite what mainstream media was talking about. The race between him and Beto O'Rourke, Beta O'Rourke is what I would prefer to call him. Humor. Anyways, that race was closer than I thought that would be. That was disturbing to me because Texas is our stronghold. I mean, that was I was really worried about that. And the other race, this governor race in Florida between Ron DeSantis, the Republican, and Andrew Gillum, the Democrat. Man, the guy, Andrew Gillum, he just ran on such a crappy platform. And there was this one time where in a debate, his opponent, Ron DeSantis, said something like, we're having good economic progress, and we wouldn't want to monkey this up. And this other dude made a spin around this, made it all kinds of racist, and he ran on that. And I really thought that stunt would cost him. But it turns out stunts like that actually got him closer. I just did not understand. So the basic point that I'm trying to tell you guys is that mainstream media, even though we feel that their influence is dwindling, and it probably is, they still hold a lot of power to the point where they can support these crazy candidates and make races much closer. Stacey Abrams, in my estimation, this progressive candidate, is not a fit for Georgia at all. But she had all these Hollywood celebrities. She had Oprah Winfrey. She had Michael B. Jordan, the guy from Black Panther, a really cool guy from Black Panther. He's the only guy in Black Panther that I liked. They were knocking down doors, and even in a conservative-leaning city, they made a progressive candidate do much well in my estimation than I probably would have predicted. So I guess what I'm coming down to is that mainstream media is still very powerful, and we on the right definitely need to be wary of that. There were certain problems in both parties. The Democrats, they've had their share of problem, but since I don't particularly care much about the Democrats, that wasn't my concern. The Republicans, they've had problems, and that's something that I am a little worried about. The Republicans did not really get the support from suburban white women. Well, maybe race really isn't a particular factor, although there were a few counties that I was seeing. But suburban people whose average income is, let's say, $10,000-15,000 below the national average, who's really benefiting from the Trump economy, the Republicans did not have as much support from them as many of us would have felt like. And my understanding is because the media is always focusing on really trivial issues, the important stuff like the economy gets buried under the rug. And I think mainstream media has done a good job taking people's focus away from the economy. The Republicans had support from the rural population, which I can totally understand that, because these are people that really need jobs. To them, nothing is more important than jobs and a functioning economy. But it seems like the more well-off suburban people have deviated from, or at least have different priorities than what I would have understood. So for people, I don't know what the future holds. It is a split government. Hopefully we'll all be able to work together. But people such as us, everyday ordinary people who are a little tired with the mainstream media and their narrative, I think it's up to us to really focus on stuff that's important in everyday conversation. When people bring up some trivial issues like some tweets and stuff, if we really want to get the right message, I mean the message of, the right of the political party, we got to do a better job, focusing on stuff that we think is important. Otherwise, the mainstream media does have the ability, their power and their influence is shrinking, no doubt about it. But they're still very powerful, and they do have the ability to get behind really bizarre political candidates in weird places and really mess things up. That has been my estimation, you guys. So that's it for this particular video. Hope all of you guys had a good time watching the elections. Hope none of you guys are too sad or too upset, liberal or conservative, whatever it is. Your parties did good. As a Republican supporter, I'm glad we hold the Senate. I'm glad we widened our lead. A little bummed out that the Democrats have taken over the House, but congratulations to the Democrats. Congrats for being able to do that, and we got to do a better job. So that's it, you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.